AP, if I was in better health, I would leave the internet. I'd have left the internet a long time ago. I do this because I have to do this, because this is the best money I can make for my health. No, the issue.
Stop that cope, man. Stop that cope about your health. Your health is bad because you let yourself get even fatter, dummy. You had that boxing fight, what, like 3 years ago? You know, around just under 3 years ago, you were a shade over 400 pounds, right? Like 403, 404 pounds. Now you're over 450. You said you gained 50, 60 pounds since the fight, right? Almost 3 years ago. So you are destroying your own health with bad habits to the point where you say that you can barely walk, you can barely stand. Yeah, so whose fault is that then? You did it to yourself, and now you're trying to play the victim, saying that this is the only thing you can do. It's the only thing you can do if you're telling the truth, because you made yourself like that. In the boxing fight, he was walking fine. He will walk down the ramp. You know, he says he struggles to walk now. Well, that's your own poor choices that have put you in that position, man.
Is they the issue is that they go and they fuck with my real life. That's the issue. They fuck with my real life, and they fuck with my money. And it's like, okay, like you guys know how hard the economy is right now. Like everybody feels it. Everybody feels it. I
You're
mean,
talking about the economy, but yet you're living in a trailer park in South Carolina, Conway, South Carolina, which everybody knows your living expenses are super cheap, man. Apart from your food bills, which you gotta stop eating the way that you're eating. That's one thing, but you're living in a super cheap place to live, just like Boogie living in Arkansas, where he bought that house for just over $200,000, right? And that saved Boogie ultimately, but the thing is that you guys live in super cheap places. I don't know why you complain about the cost of living, bro. Like, you guys are living in some of the cheapest places in the States. Can you imagine if he was living in Manhattan or even anywhere in New York, or he's living in LA? He would be, he'd be homeless, man. He'd be one of them people living. The people that make that kind of money, they live in their cars, bro, in other parts of the States. You got a roof over your head and you're still complaining because that's what your nature is, to just complain, 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 complain. You're not doing anything about your situation.
that's true. I do not like structure, but like at the same time, it's like what job am I going to step into? I can make $50,000 right now in South Carolina. That doesn't involve over the road trucking.
I don't know what job you're going to step into, but it may be trucking, may be your only option. I mean, at the end of the day, are you even employable? I mean, when they put your name Jordy Jordan into Google, what's gonna come up? Some Lolcow, some fat Lolcow. They may even check out those documentaries. They probably won't check them out. They'll probably just look at your Wikipedia, not wiki, whatever it's called, Wings of Redemption wiki. You know what I mean?
Because like I don't know, I know like if it push comes to shove and I have to, I'll do it.
You know what you
But
have to do, bro? You have to lose that weight. The weight is the problem. Of course, is your mindset. Your mindset, but you gotta just force yourself. You're not forcing yourself. So what do you think is gonna end up? How do you think you're gonna end up? Went from just over 400 to over 450 in 3 years, less than 3 years. What's it gonna be the next 3 years? You're gonna be 500 pounds? How much longer until you're bedbound, Wings? Because you're talking about playing these video games. How much longer until you're dead? This guy's not taking life seriously at all.
like I don't want to go fucking leave Kelly for months at a fucking time and just send money back home.
You don't even like Kelly. What are you talking about?
Cave diving guy.
You
And yeah,
pushed her on the table.
yeah. Hey man, I just showed you. I've put it all out there. This is what I do. Why 50K? That's what I make now. I make between 40 and 50K a year. 50K is the high end of what I make a year. I usually make like 43 to 48. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
43K, bro. That's poverty wages, man. You're making poverty wages, but you get by because you're living in a super cheap place, man. This is the point. So you really don't need a lot of money. I'm not buying it that you can't make 40, 50K doing something else, you can't. You're just too lazy.
Thing about the donations, like, okay. What's the usual next step with stuff that happens like this? You turn the stream on tomorrow and you go about your day. Like, there's nothing about this stream that's going to actually fix anything, right? Because like until people
You're not trying to fix
decide
anything.
that, you know, they've had enough, they're going to keep fucking with me. And like, this is just going to make them fuck with me harder for the next month or so. That's why Kelly was crying, because she knows it's about to get worse.
She was crying because she's married to you.
And like, she is collateral damage to like all the people that want to mess with me. It's going to be never, because like what ends up happening is like even if the current breed of like trolls want to like stop, somebody will watch a Sunny V2 video or like some Wings of
Shout out to Sunny V2
documentary out there and be like, yeah, I don't fuck with this dude.
Needs to come
and then
back.
They'll work their way down and they'll find the little communities again and then they'll start up. Like, it's just when somebody quits, somebody replaces them. It always happens, and that's why it's been going on for 10 years. It's amazing you actually.
It's been going on for 10 years and you're still doing the same thing. You know, that says a lot more about you than the trolls, man. That says a hell of a lot more about you that you're still doing this YouTube thing. It's finished. Why can't you accept that it's finished, man? Like, plenty of guys have accepted it's finished. EDP is still trying to come back on YouTube, but he knows he can't make a living. He's doing it because he's addicted to it. But EDP is not making a living off of YouTube anymore. And my thing is this, Wings, I mean, if EDP is making it work, he's in a similar position as you, right? Morbidly obese, has an online persona that, I mean, his online persona says that he's a pedophile. That's even worse. But, you know, that's the thing. Has an online persona. EDP is back on YouTube, by the way. You know, Fat Boy Big Arms or Fat Boy Bigger, something like that. But he's back on you. I don't know. He may have his channel removed again, but he's still surviving. He's still got his gun collection. He's still eating Wendy's and all that stuff. So why can't you survive? I mean, there's enough opportunity in America for you to make 50K, even 40K you can survive on without YouTube. So don't give me that BS, man.
Wife, to be honest, I'm pretty charismatic when I want to be, dude.
You hear him? He's charismatic. He's so charismatic he can't put on a show. You're making poverty wages on YouTube. People know about you. They just don't want to watch your stuff. I don't watch this guy's channel ever. I only watch Breaking Banquet and the videos about him. I've never watched this channel in my life. You know, it's like almost nobody watches his channel. I mean, they're probably just all trolls on like, who watches this guy? I don't watch him. They watch documentaries about him. He's kind of like hiding in my room. Nobody actually watches the channel. They just watch documentaries about him and videos about him. But nobody actually watches your stuff. Because you can't attract the audience to you. That is the opposite of charismatic. You don't have any charisma. That's why you're struggling.
Fixing the negative outlook on things is hard when people fuck with you every single day of your life. How is streaming better for your health, in your opinion, and you well documented takes on the total of mental health daily? I don't factor my health in. Like, I've given up on myself in life, and I only care about like saving money for Kelly. That's it. That's it.
You care about saving money for someone that you don't like, someone that you pushed on the table. But notice that he said he's given up on life, right? He's given up on life. He's given up on life because he's a doomer, because he's ready to die of obesity-related illnesses. He's ready. He's ready to go. He wants to quit. He wants to play it easy and quit. Eat himself to an early grave. That's what he wants to do. I mean, why don't you just like stream your weight loss journey, right? You'd make more money than playing this nonsense that you're not even playing it anyway. You know, but that's the thing. I mean, why don't you stream your weight loss journey and get off the internet when you've dropped, let's say drop 100 pounds, get to 350, keep going on the weight loss journey. But many guys have done it. Many guys have lost weight. I mean, if you lose a lot of weight, you know, there'll be also opportunities available for you to do interviews and stuff. I don't know if they're paid, but, you know, you'll be more known, you'll have more notoriety if you lost the weight than if you just remain a fat lolcow. But he doesn't have the willpower to do it. That's the thing. He doesn't have the willpower to lose the weight because he's already given up on life. He's already dead. We just haven't put him in the grave yet. You know, that's the reality.
Like everything I do is centered around making sure that when something inevitably happens, she's good, right?
You see that? You see that when something inevitably happens, he's telling you he's ready to go to the grave at any moment.
The goat hasn't watched me long enough to know that I've already went to the lion's den before. It fixed nothing. Like I said, like my only hope is my voice to reach somebody out there that can help me.
There's all kinds of things begging for help,
which I can't say on stream because that would be considered witch hunting.
Desperation.
And like I have to be very selective with my language because like they'll use anything I say to try to get my income completely taken from me. So, but there's things that need to happen, and it needs to be coordinated. And I need somebody in a more powerful position than I have access to do it. I'm glad somebody said it. I was making more on Twitch. I was making around $85,000 on Twitch when I got my Twitch account taken from me, and like over half of that was like free Twitch subs. The problem with going into the Lion's Den, Lego, is I got to delete the stream. Going into the Lion's Den, they're going to use the N-word. They're going to be nasty. They're going to do things to make it so that I delete the stream and they upload it and they just edit it. That's the route that will go. There is no winning in that situation. I delete any stream where I think that, okay, there's going to be some type of negative connotation with this that they can use against me.
What games you end up deciding to play?
We haven't got there yet.
There's a game on your screen.
It's Elden Ring, because somebody asked about my Dark Souls characters, but
okay, but you still, so what are we waiting on to decide to play a game?
Everybody wants to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, because nobody wants to watch you play the game. So why do you keep gaming? That's another cope, that you keep pushing this nonsense about you have to game. Yet you admitted you made more money on Lolcow Live than you made in your whole YouTube career. I don't know if it's true, but you definitely made more money on Lolcow Live. Why do you keep gaming if it's not even benefiting you financially? It's stupid, you know. But he's got that cope in his head. He's got that. He doesn't want to quit because he still believes, even though he realistically knows, but he's still got that false hope that he's gonna make it as a gamer. Which, let's be honest, bro, though, you know, you didn't make it 15 years ago as a gamer. And to tell you the truth, he's jealous of what happened all those years ago, right? Where he's known for having this 1v1 in Call of Duty, right? This is the old school Call of Duty. I don't know which one it was. I think Modern Warfare, you know, Modern Warfare, the original. This is how long he's been around, right? The original Modern Warfare. Bro, I was in high school when that came out. Like, this guy was playing the original Modern Warfare against this guy called Syndicate. And, you know, he rage quit or something like that, right? And this guy, Syndicate, became a big YouTuber with millions of subscribers. And Wings of Redemption became a lolcow. And it's this jealousy that has led Wings of Redemption to wanting to become a gaming YouTuber, right? He's hungry to become a gaming YouTuber, but it's never gonna work. That ship has already sailed. It's time to move on. But he doesn't want to move on because he's afraid of work, man. Just like Daniel Lord, him and Daniel Lord are similar. Daniel Lord is afraid of work. You know, he's afraid of work. That's why he's, you know, I don't know what he's doing, but, you know, probably at his mother's house crying on the internet.
I know it's already being recorded anyway, but the fact is, it's like
100%.
And like I said before, like they will just say N-words and nasty things just to get the stream deleted, like so I can't keep it up, or they'll go back and be like, oh, I'm offended by the word I said myself, right? Like there's no winning there. There's no winning there.
Formulating a plan against or for us, Benny.
He's probably one of the people you talk to.
Who knows? Who cares? got offended because I said he sounded 12, and then he's like, "Why are you worried about my age?"
I mean, the guys are nothing but hateful racists. That's all they are. They're two-faced, hateful
Hey, your
racists.
mom called. She said take the trash out. All right, I gotta go, but I'm totally going out. Either I'm gonna go outside or I'm going straight to bed after work. There are no in betweens.
What do you mean?
That's just where I feel today.
Benny, you come off kind of sideways today, bud.
Honestly, Benny, I don't know.
You know, you don't know these people, bro. You don't know who these people are. They're random people on the internet. And you want to make a living off random people on the internet. And he says it's better than working a job. You know, what's going to happen when your donors turn on you, bro? That can happen. What's going to happen if, you know, with the economies, you say the economy's tough, but yet you're relying on people to donate you a living. Which is more reliable, working and making your own money off your own efforts, or relying on people to donate to you for a living? Like, let's be real here. Let's live in the real world, man. The strategy that you're using to make money is horrendous.
I don't know nothing about nothing.
I don't know nothing about nothing.
Would you say other than today I do a good job of dealing with all this?
You were doing a very good job, and then today you just kind of went off your rocker.
Well, I don't know what else. Like what else is there to do?
Continue the plan at hand.
What else is there to do? Lose weight, fatty?
Just like if that person...
But the plan starts again tomorrow, most likely.
Oh, I'm sure. But if that person who... But the thing is, now they know that they can always... That in their head, they're always going to push you to talk about it.
I mean...
And to them, that's them winning.
Well, I just got to isolate myself more at this point. I'm proud... At the bare minimum, I'm just going to stop logging into Discord. Unless I have to go do something on Lolcow.
That person that kept adding you today, if they would have never
responded to
them,
them. Yeah, but they're probably panicking too, and they don't know. That's why I wanted to talk to them.
But that's the thing. Like, that's the whole thing. If you never respond to them, it's better. And I probably shouldn't have got on the phone with them. But whatever.
I'm glad you did. It made me feel good.
It made you feel good that I was defending you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear everything I was saying?
I did. You were doing really good. I was like, man, they picked the wrong one today.
So, yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad that made you feel good. Because it didn't make me. I wanted to not. But then I decided, screw it. Let's talk to the 12-year-olds. By the way, I can have better conversation with actual 12-year-olds.
Lion's Den's what I coined it. Because I said, like, okay, I'm going into the Lion's Den one day. Whereas basically you're going to go into the home field advantage of them and just let them go at you 12v1. There's no negotiations. I'm not going to negotiate with them. And like, I don't even have to go in there. I can tell you what the conversation will be. The conversation will be like, hi, can you guys stop messing with me? No. Won't you leave the internet? Get a job, fat boy. I mean, like, I would love to get a job, man, but I don't have anything that pays as well as this. That's not my problem.
You'd love to get a job. If you'd love to get a job, you would have got one. You don't want to work. Be honest with yourself. You don't want to work. This is easier for you. You've admitted that you sit there stationary. Okay, you sit there stationary and stuff your face. You're killing yourself. What you're doing for a living is killing yourself, and you say, I want to keep doing it because I can make money. Has he tried doing anything else? No, he hasn't. Is he going to try doing anything else? No, he isn't. Because like I said, he's a doomer. He's already given up on life. So he's completely fine to eat himself to an early grave. He's completely fine to keep getting trolled. If the trolling was affecting you so much, you would just leave, man. What are you doing here? What are you doing here if the trolling is affecting you so much? Do you mean to tell me you're going to destroy your mental health for 40 to 50k a year, bro? Like, are you kidding me? It's not like you're making 400 to 500k a year where the money's too good to leave. You're making poverty wages. So what is even the point of all this?
Maybe you should stop being a pedophile. You know, and then they'll just start like, quit beating your wife. Stop abusing animals and shit like that. Stuff I don't even do, right? It's just unbased.
You did throw
stuff
her on the table
over and over and over again. Like, and then they'll eventually say the N-word. And then I have to leave. What about the cat? I was 5, bud. I'm 40 now. It wasn't malicious. Like I was out there actively being malicious. When people get doxxed, you act like it's basically not your problem. I can prove to you without a shadow of a doubt. I spend days trying to help people that get doxxed. Days. where like you see my face, like my face is literally broke out with stress.
You want to hear something funny though? They went from telling me that I should divorce you and that you're a horrible person to sending messages to you that I'm a fat slob and you should divorce me and I'm a horrible person.
They're manipulative. That's all they're trying to do.
Well, it don't work. Like, that part didn't work. That's funny. Like, well, they won't need to divorce him, but now they want him to divorce me. It's it's actually funny. And they call me a fat slob, even though I actually weigh less than I have in years, other than, last year. But years before that, I still weigh less. 162 IQ. Oh, they're not. It's hilarious. Like, it was hilarious talking to them. I almost felt like I came overly prepared.
Yeah, I mean, this Kelly says she tripped. I saw that clip. This Lions Den, I don't really know who they are. I'm not big into this Wings of Redemption stuff, but, I think they're like the Big Cheese Crusaders. You remember, when Review Tech USA, right? I don't know if you guys know about the old school Review Tech USA, when he was like, basically had this thing with a YouTuber called Big Cheese, where he stole I think it's $250 from Big Cheese. He refused to pay him the money, and that basically people found out that Review Tech USA is a piece of crap, and they started trolling him. But the thing is, with Review Tech USA, he had a thing recently with his editor. I think it was a year or two ago, where he fired his editor, and they said he didn't pay him. And I think they did. I believe it, that he didn't pay him, or he shortchanged him, because that's what Review Tech USA. That's the kind of guy that he is. A lot of these guys who get trolled, they play the victim, but when you actually look at their character, the people who get trolled are the people with the worst character. It's not that people are just trolling you for no reason. They're trolling you because you're a piece of what.
And like, I didn't go down to their level. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just couldn't go that stupid.
Are you able to wipe properly? Yes.
Yes, he is.
I mean, like,
I don't think so, but okay.
I think the question is with the count. Do you use the countertop? And I 100% use the countertop. Yeah, I have spoken to Keem with it. Keem.
Listen, I'm about to text Keem and see if he can put me on the show.
You don't got time to do a show, baby.
I can do one early in the morning. I can be on Babes.
You want to be on? Yeah, you want to make the $4 on Babes?
Yes. What Lolcow show should I ask Keem to put me on? Because it's obvious my husband doesn't want to do one with me.
Dude, I'm just demotivated.
It's the person that say they're not a Lolcow.
Man, like I feel.
See, Bus, they're not going to put me on Bus. I'm like the opposite of Amberlynn Reed.
You don't want to be on. Like, I looked at Bus last night. And I'm like, dog. Like, the money's great, but it's like.
I don't know what they're talking about. Bus? What was that?
Dude, that was like painful. Bus was painful.
But it's like there's so much responsibility there. It's like, God, there's so much responsibility.
There's so much You don't like that, do you, Wings? Responsibility. Oh, that's not for me, man. I just want to sit here and play a video game and pretend that I'm a big style YouTuber.
Female Lolcows aren't funny. Well, the thing with the whole Lolcow, I don't consider myself a Lolcow.
You hear that? I want to be on a Lolcow live stream, but I don't consider myself a Lolcow. You're a Lolcow.
Should he put me on a Lolcow show? He owes me to do a show with Boogie's girlfriend. I don't think I would be a good fit for Rain.
I mean, I think Rain was the first one I thought about you would fit in on.
Really? Because it's in the middle of the day.
No, it's not. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning.
It's not on the news.
Look at this nonsense. You call this entertainment?
Well,
even when I was a hardcore gamer, I never played this. This is absolute nonsense. I mean, absolute nonsense. I never played these games in my life. Dark Souls, Elden Ring. I never played it in my life. I think I played maybe 20 minutes of it. It's nonsense. I mean, there's no way people enjoy playing Dark Souls. It's just impossible. That people enjoy that. It's like, how can you enjoy it?
I don't see myself sitting there going,
Look.
Now, talking about my opinions, yeah, I'd love to do that all day long. Because I'm opinionated.
I never watch his gaming stuff. I can't stomach his gaming stuff. I don't think people like watching it either.
No, not every woman.
So that's it. Shout out to Breaking Banquet, man. We're going to do more Breaking Banquet probably down the line. But yeah, I'm just making videos on what I watch at the moment. I've been watching Breaking Banquet, so That's what I'm going to do videos on. It's Unreal My Hair Truth and Matters. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you aren't already. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you're informed every time I upload a new video.